One of the most interesting things that I learned while taking sociology classes is that everything is not always black and white. Some things that seem like a bad thing can actually be a good thing. Crime is something that is not only unavoidable, but it can actually help our society. To look into this, first we have to discuss what different sociological perspectives are. The main perspective I will be exploring is functionalism, which focuses on how social institutions impact each other and how behaviors are functional or dysfunctional in groups of society. Also, we will be looking in conflict theory, which explains the behaviors through the lens of one group benefiting and another losing. The dominant group will make decisions to maintain their social power. How do these perspectives view the topic of the necessity of crime? Functionalists would say that it is necessary to society by keeping social equilibrium. From a conflict perspective, the judicial system is used as an instrument of oppression, and as such can be used to maintain control. Without crime, this wouldn't happen. From the functionalist perspective, we follow the works of Emile Durkheim. He describes the positive acts of deviance, and therefore crime, through three ways: that it clarifies moral boundaries and affirms norms, it encourages social unity, and it promotes social change. Also, from a conflict theory perspective, it provides a sort of safety valve for the dominant group. It gives power to the elite with an element of stability. So how does it clarify moral boundaries and affirm norms? Well, by committing a crime, you are going against the law or functional norms of society. This act of deviance is the reason that the law is in place. Without deviance, law would have no purpose. However, by acting on this, the person is punished and used as an example for the rest of society, showing what is okay to do and what is not. This way, people are educated about the laws and respect them in ways that they otherwise wouldn't. Deterring many people from doing undesired acts by criminalizing it and punishing one is a powerful and efficient way to enforce laws. But to do this effectively, you need a constant reiteration, and therefore you need an endless supply of criminals. So how does it encourage social unity? Well, when a crime is committed, there's a social backlash and response. It unifies the group in a way that is otherwise impossible. Therefore, according to Durkheim, it constitutes a factor in public health, an integral part on all healthy societies. In other words, societies require an enemy. The best examples of this theory would be ones that start wars. For example, Pearl Harbor and the September 11th attacks both unified the country through a common enemy and allowed for a level of unity and patriotism that would not have happened without the original criminal act. Which leads us to, how does deviance promote social change? Through shock and trauma, crime makes populations more passionate and aware. Great change can be made to societies when these deviant acts get publicized. People change their livelihoods, push for government change, even submit some of their freedoms in exchange for a feeling of safety, such as the Patriot Act. Now, what about this safety valve? From the perspective of the power elite, individual criminal acts are far more desirable than movements unified by common dissent. This division of society through class is what keeps equilibrium. By using the judicial system to their advantage, it creates a duality where there are almost two sets of laws, as higher classes can get away with more, limiting the amount of social mobility available to the lower classes. Other aspects of how crime improves society would include police presence and signal when change is needed. Crime pays for police presence, which is used as a constant warning and reminder, and keeping order and peace, not just punishing criminals. It can also signal changes needed to help keep social equilibrium. For example, there are many states that have problems with the gang MS-13. This is a manifestation of poor immigration reform, as the current laws just deport people instead of dealing with the root cause of the gang, and some states have difficulty enforcing these immigration laws. Gang members just return to the country and create more problems. In conclusion, even though it seems counterintuitive at first, crime is actually a very important part to our society, at least according to these sociological perspectives. I interviewed some people just to see what their perspectives were. Some people agreed with this thought of crime, and others did not. When asked about the necessity of police, there was mixed feelings there as well.